whoever joins me at some time. Hope you don't mind the shaky camera. Couldn't sleep tonight, and I figured I'd do something a little different than usual. Please don't mind the snoring in the background. That's my dog who's deep asleep. Can't sleep myself. I figured, let me try something a little different and walk down memory lane with me. So, what I have here is an original guide, a strategy guide for The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, for the GameCube. It came out in 2002, 2003, around there. Now, this is the original. I've had this since that time. And this was before the internet was the way it is now. We didn't have Let's Plays. We didn't have instant answers to anything in regards to like Reddit or, just Googling something. We had to guess. We had to work our way through these games. And for particularly tough ones, we had strategy guides like this that were helpful when you were stuck. And you can tell because you can see the price at that time. It's $14.99 for this strategy guide back in 2002 or 2003. So it is quite a time capsule that I've saved over the years. I have a few other strategy guides. I think I still have an official strategy guide for Final Fantasy VII. But I'll have to dig around and see what I can find. So let me see. Again, this is the official Nintendo Player's Guide of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. This is something that, back in 2002, 2003, this is all we had to go by to help us get through video games when we played back in the day. And you can see they put a lot of work into these strategy guides. You have table of contents, you have pages where you can just, get to where you need to go. They've got maps and, where to find all the hearts and special charts and things like that. So this is what we had to go by. Well, let's see what we have here. There is a story. Long ago, there existed a kingdom where golden power lay hidden. It was a prosperous land, blessed with green forests, tall mountains, and peace. But one day, a man of great evil found the golden power and took it for himself. With its strength at his command, he spread darkness throughout the kingdom. But then, when all hope had died and the hour of doom seemed at hand, a young boy, clothed in green, appeared as if from nowhere, wielding the blade of evil's bane. He sealed the Dark One away and gave the land light. The boy who traveled through time to save the land was known as the hero of time. The boy's tale was passed down through generations until it became legend. But then a day came when a fell wind began to blow across the kingdom. The great evil that all thought had been forever sealed away by the hero once again crept forth from the depths of the earth, eager to resume its dark designs. Just trying to get a little more comfortable. The people believed that the hero of time would again come to save them, but the hero did not appear. Faced by an onslaught of evil, the people could do nothing but appeal to the gods. In the last hour, as doom drew nigh, they left their future in the hands of fate. What became of that kingdom? None remain who know. The memory of the kingdom vanished, but its legend survived as the wind's breath. On a certain island, it became customary to grab young boys in green, garb, young boys in green, when they came of age. Clothed in the green of fields, they aspire to find heroic blades and cast down evil. The elders wish only for the youths to know courage, like the hero of legend. And then it says, turn the page to start your adventure. Now, this is what we had to go by. You had your controller, you had um, the explanation on everything. Um, they can, they explained moving around, how to crawl. You learn all this as you play the game, but it's good to see explanations on paper too, just in case you're more of a reader than a doer. You can see when you have the boat, it shows you what to do. It says, though you begin the game on land, you'll spend much of your time sailing the seas in a boat called the King of Red Lions. You must become an expert sea dog to complete the game and discover the many secrets hiding just beneath the waves. You can see right here, get in ship shape. There were bad puns back in the day. Your boat will move when you deploy a sail to catch the wind. If the wind is at your back, you will move at a good clip. If the wind is in your face, however, your boat will crawl along. Early on, you will learn a magic song called the Wind's Requiem, which lets you control the direction of the breeze. You can make your boat leap in the air by pressing the R button. You can drop the sail and slowly cruise by holding R and pressing the control stick in the desired direction. Sometimes you'll take your boat inside a building. When it is inside, you can cruise by either holding the R button or deploying the sail, then pressing the control stick on the open sea. However, you can cruise only when your sail is down. And you can see, oh, that's another character. Fishman, you will meet a number of odd creatures in your journey, including a helpful aquatic life form called Fishman. If you feed all-purpose bait to Fishman, he will fill a sector of your sea chart and give you a hint about the game. Look for Fishman leaping high above the waves, then throw the bait when he is nearby. Old Man Ho-Ho, and that's what he looks like right there. Another of the Great Sea's strange locals is a spyglass-carrying fellow named Old Man Ho-Ho. The old-timer is always looking out to sea, and he will point the way to secret items, treasure, and locations that you might otherwise overlook. Coco, are you okay? You okay? Sorry, my dog is dreaming. And here you have graphs, items, uses, things you can find. Again, this was back in the old days when the internet was still very, very new. But this is what we had to go by. We had these strategy guides just like this. Now, again, I'm just doing this video because I'm having trouble sleeping. So I figured this might help others who are up with me to sleep. And going down memory lane is a good way to just relax and get some sleep. Now, this is Dungeon Basics. So if you weren't familiar with Zelda games, these strategy guides would help you out really well. It says Link will find much of his treasure and equipment buried deep inside dungeons, and the dungeons play by a different set of rules. You will need sharp wits and a sharp sword to make it through every dungeon in one piece. Prepare yourself by learning about the most common situations you'll encounter. And they give you, again, the basic rundowns, like how it works. Most rooms in dungeons are puzzles. A puzzle solution be as simple as defeating a foe, or as complicated as arranging items in a precise pattern. All dungeons are detailed in the Link's Adventure section of the guide. Then you've got small keys. Some rooms are locked and will require you to find a key to enter. The small keys are usually inside treasure chests, but you'll need to use different tricks to find each and every one. Then, of course, every staple of a Zelda game, the compass and the map. Every dungeon, with the exception of Ganon's Tower, has a map and a compass. The map shows the location of every room, and the compass points out items and treasure. And then, of course, you'll get new items that you can find in each dungeon depending on your need. Um, well, what was it? I remember grappling hooks, boomerangs, the bombs, of course. And then there's the big key. In every dungeon, you'll need a big key to enter the final room where you must fight the big boss. Big keys are usually very heavily guarded. And then it just goes on, just very, very basic stuff. And warp pots. Oh, I forgot about those. I remember playing this game. I would use those incessantly to get through the dungeons. There's nothing worse than getting to the end of a dungeon, being eliminated, and having to start over. Luckily, most dungeons contain warp pots that you can use to hop from one place to another. Yeah, it's been a long time. I was feeling very nostalgic. That's why I wanted to share my collection. I have a few other strategy guides around, but thank you for joining with me. Oh, let's see. Where was it? Oh, yes. Luckily, most dungeons contain warp pots that you use to hop from one place to another. If there are more than 2 warp pots, you will jump from one to the next in sequential order. Sometimes you'll have to find a warp pot in a secret location or take off its cover with fire arrows or bombs. The pots are color coordinated as shown below. And it also tells you, how to battle. Now, a lot of these times that, you play the game, you figure it out easily enough. But again, these strategy guides were way, way before the internet was even a thing. And this is all you had to go by, for anyone who doesn't already know. Then you have different items that this game used. God, that brings back memories. The bait bag. Purchase the bait bag from Beetle's shop off the coast of Outset Island before you board the pirate ship. The bag can hold 2 different items, all-purpose bait and Hayoi pears. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Why it looks like a scary pig head is a mystery for the ages. I'm telling you, they had really bad jokes in these guides, bad puns. It's just, I don't know where their humor was, but hey, it's enjoyable. Let's see. Boko stick. Boko sticks have a dual purpose. You can either use them to attack enemies or light them on fire and use them to ignite torches. You can find Boko sticks inside jars or take them from fallen enemies. I completely forgot about those things. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm really enjoying this, because this is bringing back memories of this game. Now, I know they've remade this game, but I haven't played it. I've just only played the original. Bomb. Windfall Island. Bombs are great items. The most common use of a bomb is to destroy a rock or other barricade that is blocking your way. Let me know if you're having trouble hearing me. I apologize if you can't hear me. I'm using a new wireless mic and I'm holding my camera, so I apologize for the shakiness. This was a very last minute video. So thank you for still being with me. see. If you use bombs at sea, they will be fired out of a large cannon. Until you earn the ability to carry bombs in your inventory, you must use bomb flowers. Very much so, we don't. Oh, goodness. But the memories are fun, though. I still have the original game, too. I still have my GameCube. I still have the Wind. I should actually hook it up and play it one of these days. But like you said, we don't have time, barely have time for even playing the originals. Boomerangs. You'll find the boomerang inside the Forbidden Woods dungeon. You can use it to attack one enemy or multiple enemies or pick up items from the ground. The boomerang will eliminate some monsters, but it will only stun bigger ones. I remember this. I remember this mechanic. I used to love it. It was one of my favorites. I hated that I can only stun the bigger ones, though. But it was fun. Bottle. Oh, I remember these bottles. Oh my God. This is such a memory lane. It's not even funny. I'm really happy I'm doing this. God, the memories. There are 4 bottles in the game. You'll receive one at Dragon Roost Island automatically, but the others are optional. It's a good idea to get all 4 bottles, as you can use them to hold a wide variety of useful and often life-saving items. Check page 53 for instructions on finding the 3 extra bottles. That's hilarious because normally, like nowadays, you can just look it up. Look it up on Reddit or look it up, Google it or just find it on YouTube or who knows what. Somebody has a guide for this. But back then, this was what we had. This was all we had to go by. And you had to flip through the page. You had to flip through the page. You had to look through all of this to go through, just to get the details you're looking for. It's fantastic. I don't even know. How did we do it back then? I'm amazed at the patience we all had. Deku leaf. The great Deku tree will give you the Deku leaf before you enter the Forbidden Woods. Oh, this was another favorite mechanic. I loved this thing. You can use it to blow gusts of air or as a makeshift glider, and it is a solution to many of the most mind-bending puzzles in the game. If you are stuck in an area, try the Deku leaf. A nice little art piece right there. So this is what we had to go by. Very much agree, yes. Oh, I was feeling especially nostalgic today, so I wanted to go back to the days where there wasn't as much responsibilities and we had the time to play all of this. Delivery bag. Oh yeah, the postman. I remember that. Letters. Cabana deed. 20. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Huh. Complimentary ID when you buy 30 items from Beetle. It's a little more than a big thank you. They're like, don't get excited. It's just a collectionary thing, and then here you go, you did it. Fill up, even they even had it back then for collectible items. Jesus. Let's see, fill up coupon. When you purchase 60 items from Beetle, he will give you the fill up coupon. You can use it to replenish almost every item in your inventory. I don't think I ever got to that point. Even back then, I lost patience. I'm like, that's too much. You can't be spending money like that. The deluxe picto box lets you take full color photographs. If you take such a picture to the man off the coast of Forest Haven, he will turn the picture into a collectible figurine. Oh, I completely forgot about that too. God, there was so much going on with this game. If you like playing it. Got the hero's bow, the hero's shield, hero's sword. Oh, there's my other favorite, the hook shot. I love that. The hook shot functions much like the grappling hook, but it has a longer range and pulls you straight to an item rather than letting you swing toward it. You can use the item to pull enemies to you. You'll get the hook shot inside the Wind Temple. Oh, there's the hero's charm, the hero's clothes. Oh, I Forgot about the iron boots too. God, there was a lot of stuff we did in this game. You'll use the heavy iron boots to activate certain kinds of switches, break through weakened floors, or withstand powerful gusts of wind. You can find them inside the ice ring aisle. Legendary pictograph. Let's see. If you have a deluxe picto box, you can purchase legendary pictographs from Lenzo. You'll need them to create certain figurines. See page 82 for more info. Having to always go to different pages. It always feels like the choose your own adventure books when you're looking for something in particular. Magic armor protects you from harm when equipped, but it drains your magic very quickly. You can get the item from Zunari's trading event. See page 84. You see what I mean? It's just, God, how did we? It's amazing. Now you can just look it up and be like, oh yeah, I can find it there. Let's see, Picto Box, Piece of Heart, Pirate's Charm. I think whoever catches this video later can be able to pause this. Memories. Skullhammer. Oh, I forgot about that. The sale. Oh, can't forget the good old handy dandy rupees. Cutting up the grass. Always watch out for the chickens, though. Let's see. The pirate ship. Get the spoils back. Oh, I remember the joy pendants. Boko Baba seed. Knight's crest. Golden feather. Skull necklace. Oh, the jellies. I remember those things. Chew jelly. If you give red, green, or blue chew jelly to the man who runs Chew Jelly Juice shop on Windfall Island, he will sell you potions. You can take the jelly from Choo Choo's with the grappling hook. Choo Choo. Choo Choo. Oh, treasure chart. Treasure charts are located all over the Great Sea. There are 41 treasure charts, and you can learn how to find them all by turning to pages 108 to 113. Treasure charts lead to chests hidden under the waves that hold rupees, pieces of heart, or other surprises. Let's see. Triforce shard. You must find 8 Triforce shards and assemble them into Triforce of Courage before you'll be able to challenge Ganondorf to mortal combat. The King of Red Lions will give you the Wind Waker when you land on Dragon Roost Island. You'll use it to create magic spells that have a variety of uses. When you use the item, you'll see a bar at the top of the screen. Watch for the small ball to bounce back and forth between the ends of the bar, then move the C-stick in the appropriate direction, depending on the song, each time the ball moves from the middle to the end of the bar. If you want to conduct in 4x4 or 6x4 time, press and hold right or left on the control stick. Now, if you're not playing the game, that would make no sense. How to use this book. And then you have a nice art piece here. Link's adventure. Far beneath the waves, a land cries out for freedom. One hero answers. And then you have, oh, they have flow charts. I forgot they had flow charts. Holy moly. So they have a checklist on what you need to do for each thing. That's hilarious. I forgot about that. I never used this. I just played the game and see what I could find. Well, for those of us from back then, I'm sure this was very useful. I like the way they set up the art pieces in here, though. Let's see. Outset Island and the pirate ship. Link's adventure begins on the aptly named Outset Island. It is his coming of age birthday, and that means the townspeople are eager to speak with him. Before you begin making the rounds, visit your grandmother to receive a special gift. Happy birthday, big brother. After your sister, Arrow, wakes you up, climb down the ladder and walk to your grandmother's house on the far end of the island. When you speak to her, she will give you a birthday present, a fine set of hero's clothes. So the hero's clothes, it says, when a boy turns 12 years old on Onset Island, he receives a green tunic. The outfit represents the hero of time who saved the world while clad in similar attire and symbolizes Link's transition into manhood. Scope it out. After donning the new duds, sorry, sorry. I'm sorry. It was funny. I forgot that people that they talk like that. After donning the new duds, return to the watchtower and speak with Arrow. After a bit, she will hand you an old telescope. Use it to look at a feathered man standing next to a mailbox. When you find him, you'll trigger a cutscene of a large bird carrying a girl. Grab a sword and start the rescue. Now I'm remembering all of this. Oh, I remember these two. A fishy pair. Near your grandmother's home, look for a house that has two entrances. The top floor to Sturgeon, a grumpy old man who loves to write instructive notes. On the bottom floor, you'll find his brother, Orca, who likes nothing more than a good fight. Speak with Sturgeon and read his signs, then go downstairs for sword training session. At the end of your workout, Orca will give you a sword. To be honest, I remember them, but I don't remember. I mean, it's been so long. I don't remember any dialogue. Let's see. I remember fighting him. This one, I remember sparring with him and getting frustrated. I remember that, but I don't remember what he used to say. Let's see. Link's first brawl. After you enter the forest, walk forward until you find a bokoblin? Bokoblin. Oh, those things. Take the monster out with your sword, then climb onto a stump and jump to another section of forest. Defeat two enemies that fall from the sky to free the kidnapped girl. I remember that. It's like just barely remember any of this. The early bird see, this is what I'm talking about. Whoever wrote this, their sense of humor is just terrible. The early bird gets the sister. Like, really? The girl you rescued is a pirate captain named Tetra, but she isn't the giant bird's only prey. While you are speaking with Tetra, the bird, known as the Helmarak King, will swoop down and kidnap your little sister. So and this is like, and this is all we had. Just it's amazing that we have the patience to sit here and read through all of this. Let's see, Forsaken Fortress. Your sister is being held inside the Forsaken Fortress, a dark prison filled with monsters. Your first visit to the fortress won't be your last, so get a good idea of the layout while you're there. Taking out the searchlights is your first priority. Now I remember that when we were on the pirate ship. Get on the pirate ship, and they fire you out of the cannon to get to this fortress. I remember that. I actually remember that. And you have to watch out for the searchlights. I remember sneaking around. I remember I panicked at this because I'm like, I would get caught a couple of times, and that annoyed me to no end. Charmed, I'm sure. Oh, I thought it was a cannon. It was a catapult. My bad. The only way to reach the Forsaken Fortress is by catapult. And the ensuing crash landing will cause Link to lose his sword. He's not helpless, however. Before the launch, Tetra slipped her pirate's charm into Link's pocket. This item will give Link hints in dangerous situations and also let him speak to Tetra. I remember this. I actually remember this part. But that's letting you know how I forgot. Like, I thought it was a cannon. It was actually a catapult. My bad. This is from long ago, though, so. Let's see. Searching for amps. I remember this. Grab a barrel to use as a disguise. If a beam of light is nearby, stop moving or a guard will spot you and throw you in jail. To find the first searchlight, go up the stairs at point A through a wooden door. Turn right, walk down a hall and through another door, then climb up one floor and swing across the gap on a rope. Take the door to a hallway, point B. Look for a ramp on the right-hand side. When you reach the searchlight, grab a stick from the jar and attack the guard. When you defeat him, the searchlight will malfunction. I actually remembered this because I remember following the instructions exactly in order to do this. That's amazing. I wonder if this will still work for the remake or did they make some changes? That would be interesting. Mappy Land. Go back to the hallway at point B and use the door at the far end, the direction you were heading before you took out the light. When you enter the next room, swing across the gap on a rope and open the treasure chest to find the map. Stick it to the searchlight. That's what I'm saying. Some of these sections, the way they just named it, I'm trying not to laugh, but it's so cheesy. I love it. Let's see. Swing back across the gap and go through the opposite. Opposite. Go through the door opposite the one you used to enter the room. You'll emerge in a long hallway. Immediately turn left and look for a ladder. Climb the ladder and take out the searchlight card. 5 whacks with a Boko stick should do the job. Though that's letting you know that they played this game to the point that they did each turn. They said, turn this way, turn that way, and they counted how many whacks should do it. They put it in this guide. It's like these people had of course they were paid for this, but that they took the time to do every little detail like this to help you through the game. This is you gotta give kudos to those people for doing that, like, hey, that took a lot of patience back then because all the rest of us, we either had to figure it out or there was no internet guides back then. You just had to wing it, or you buy the guide like this. Claim a compass, climb down the ladder and backtrack past the room where you got the map, through one hallway and into another room. Look for a chest behind 2 barrels. You'll find the compass inside. This is also a good time to grab the piece of heart mentioned on page 25. And if you missed that, you can flip 20 heart. What heart? I didn't notice a heart. You flip back to it. Where is it? What heart? It's page 25. And you can look, see, so, there it is. Piece of heart. Find a switch behind a stack of barrels. Step on the switch to open a door. Then get the piece of heart from a chest. So see, they have the maps right here. Just like that. So not only did they have the maps, but you also had step-by-step guides so you don't miss anything. Roll out the barrel. Return to the hallway. Turn left. Walk around the fortress until you reach the room farthest to the rear. When you enter the room, use a barrel. Sneak past the guards. Look for a ramp that leads to a large wooden door. When the coast is clear, walk through the door. I still think the barrel section was pretty funny, though. You see, this is what I'm talking about. We'll have a barrel of fun, really. You'll need to sneak past more guards in the next area. Use the C-stick to move the camera while you're under the barrel. That way you can see if any guards are sneaking up behind you. Also, try to avoid rats. If one hits you, Link will cry out and attract unwanted attention. Yes, someone did get paid for those headers, but they got paid well. They got paid very well. And you know what? We get to laugh about it 20 years later. If anyone's actually looking for a guide, like if they're actually looking at this, you guys can pause this after the live stream's done. If there's actually someone who's interested to actually follow this guide, that would be hilarious if somebody was actually going to use this. Windfall Island. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. Maybe I'll continue this tomorrow. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me. And I appreciate you. Yes, time flies. I was feeling very nostalgic today, so this made me feel so much better, and now I'm definitely putting myself to sleep. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for joining me, Rooted Monk. And I'll see if I can do another video tomorrow. Have yourself a lovely evening, okay?